Greetings, sir, and to everyone who might join in and listen to my personal journey about how I went through an attitude change. First of all, the issue at hand that I would like to discuss is personal budgeting and how I struggled and what my attitude was about personal finance budgeting. At first, I didn't pay heed to it. I believe budgeting was restrictive, time consuming, and even unnecessary for someone my age. And it took me a long time to figure out how important budgeting was. I thought I could remember my expenses mentally, and I didn't note them down. I did not have a system. Before that, I often made spontaneous purchases, unchecked spending, and checked my balance when it was lower than expected, perhaps. Uh, so there was, then I went on this journey to realize what were the factors that led me to change this attitude and why I actually needed to bring discipline into my spending habits. The shift happened when I faced a couple of financial challenges. Firstly, I experienced a month where my expenses piled up unexpectedly. Small purchases, food deliveries, ordering online, shopping, subscription renewals. These Then I ended up with far less money than I needed for my essentials. That moment made me realize and really shaped my diagnosis of the problem that I had been having. Secondly, I started a part time job, which made me much more aware of how hard it was to earn for my essentials and as well as the expenses which attributed to my hobbies and the things I wanted to do, the experiences I wanted to purchase, let's say. Uh, Seeing that effort behind every paycheck and often living from paycheck to paycheck changed the value that I had attached to money. There was another factor that I would like to share with everyone. It was a conversation with an older colleague who shared how budgeting early in life helped him build financial stability, perhaps earlier than lot more people. Hearing real life consequences and benefits really helped me break my belief that you could pay as you go and still have a stable financial uh, life in terms of your expenses and all. Budgeting was restrictive. Instead, it sounded like a smart strategy for, let's say, independence in the longer run. You could say that you're restricting yourself, uh, but you are certainly saving up for your future and for reaching that financial independence that uh, most commonly we all look for. So let's say that together these factors, these all combined uh, to make me change my attitude towards budgeting and to curb my unchecked expenses. So I'd like to share how what changes I made to address these things. Once my attitude shifted, I made several key changes. I would like to point out some of those. I created a monthly budget that listed fixed costs, savings, and a realistic spending limits. I spent, let's say, I spent 60%, save 30%, and then the 10% that was left, I put it in other saving schemes. I started using simple expense tracking apps. Really helped to, uh, you know, uh, jot out my expenses and keep me in track. I allocated a fixed amount for leisure spending so I could enjoy myself without losing control. I also set small goals, financial goals that I wanted to achieve. The last question that was there. How did these changes influence my behavior? I became far more conscious about my spending. I started distinguishing between wants and needs, like very basic economical question. I stopped making impulsive purchases because something looked appealing, and it was in trend. It was very trendy. Everyone had it, so I had to get one. I completely moved away from that thinking. I developed a habit of planning ahead for my future as well, uh, particularly from a financial standpoint, a point of view. Uh, and if you ask me, I felt more confident. I felt more at ease rather than stressed. Figuring out how I'm gonna. Before it was always about figuring out how I'm gonna pay for my expenses, but after the budgeting uh, discipline, I think I feel more at ease and in control. There are certain factors that may uh, prompt me to revert back to my old ways, though unlikely, but uh, they are still there. Uh, for example, when I do not have work to do, when I don't have a lot to do, I'm idle. There is certain level of stress that is there, which often might tempt me to order expensive food, or uh, gravitate towards impulsive purchases. There is also social pressure whenever we go out. Like these days, we really can't do anything without money. Anywhere you go, hangouts, you go to the mall, you go to a park, you end up spending. I am aware of that. So that then there is the social pressure of a gathering. If you go with your friends and your colleagues or whatever. Uh, Another thing that I'm very conscious about is if I stop tracking my finances, if I stop tracking my purchases, my expenses on essentials, on my hobbies, basically, if I don't keep track of them, I might revert back to my old ways. So these are some of the things that I am very conscious about, and I try not to slide back into my old ways. This attitude change gave me a deep understanding uh, of how I should shape my current life and plan for the future as well. The experience helped me become more disciplined, more aware, uh, more prepared for whatever may come, and understand my financial responsibilities better. This is all I had to say about my personal journey. Would love to hear yours and learn a few things, pick up a few things on the way. So thank you, sir, and thank you everyone who joined in and listened to me. Thank you.